film. Was this something that you knew right from the get-go when it was being conceptualized, that you wanted to also actually be part of the writing team?
Not really, but what happened was, because like I said, it was so new and we were trying to put our heads together and see how to Indianize it, how to get and be true to the zombie genre. We started spending a lot of time together, and I think, like I said, because nobody else was believing in it, so we needed each other to keep each other in the positive space, saying, you know what, we'll still write it and it's going to happen. And so it started off from there. So I contributed a lot with the plot points and the story. At the end of the day, when it came to writing it, they did it and the screenplay was put together by them. But they do not write in Hindi. So I had to write the dialogues myself because we couldn't pay somebody at that time because we didn't have the funds then. And it turned out to be good. They liked it the way it was, and we decided to keep it the way it was. And I'm happy that, you know, by accident I got a chance to do that, and I really enjoy doing it. So yeah, that's how it happened.
Could you mouth one of the lines actually which you said in the film, or you've written in the film? Right?
Most of, not just mine, I've written for everybody, and what came instantly was the globalization line. When he says, India mein bhoot pret hote hain, zombie kahan se aaye? And he says globalization. Firangiyon ne vaat laga di, pehle lekar aaye HIV, abhi zombie. So, and it was also on actually we didn't have the globalization there, we'd written the other line first, so that kind of came at the spur of the moment and we said, let's say globalization.
So you were the one who basically came up with the
I kill dead people, yes.
Okay.
And I did know that I kind of borrowed it from I see dead people, because there you have him in Sixth Sense saying I'm scared of dead people, and here you have a guy who's actually killing dead people. So I thought it was funny to say that I kill dead people.
Well, he said it in a nice way, by the way.
Yeah, he said I kill dead people.
Can we have it again? Can we have Seth sing it again?
What, I'm sure you can hear lots of Russian in Dubai. You want to hear me sing it?
You sang it very much better.
I kill dead people.
Right, and one of the other second question I had was, considering, as you both rightfully mentioned, the genre has not been attempted in Indian cinema before.
Yeah.
What, the makeup, the costumes, how difficult was it to, and what was it modeled on?
See, we knew the fact that maybe Indians haven't seen a zombie film, but today Indian films are being watched all over the world, and not only by Indians but also by foreigners. And in the West, it's a very big genre. So we didn't want to kind of put out a film there, being the first Indian film, and then the others saying, you know, the zombies weren't done right, or okay, it's an amateur attempt at that. So we said, you know, we can control everything budget-wise, but let's get the zombies right, because that's what's new about this film. And like, you know, thanks to the production house that backed us in a way that we could do that. We kind of hired people who worked on films like these. It wasn't an attempt just saying that, you know, because Indian crew won't be so good. It's just that they haven't worked on zombie makeup so much. So we got a guy from Australia and somebody from South Africa who worked on vampire films and zombie films. And what happened was interesting, because we also had Indian makeup artists who were assisting them. And today, when we are promoting the film, they've been, you know, doing the same makeup equally good. So I think it was a great way of kind of, you know, getting them here, doing this film, and also kind of training talent here to kind of do that, so that maybe when if we do the second bit, we might not want to get them, and you know, our guys are well trained now.
You have fresh talent here.
Yes, this is the first or the second stage of the zombie. Still a lot more to happen than that.
Thank you. Any more questions? We'll take the last question. Yeah.
Saf, from your earlier answer, I deduced that you were very well read, and just out of interest, after this movie, what book have you read recently that impressed you so much you'd want to turn it into a film?
I'm still trying to read Don Quixote, but I've been trying to read it for about a year now, and I'm on page 400, and there's 600 left. So, yeah, but that's an amazing book. I don't know about turning it into a movie. I think a lot of parts of it have ended up in a lot of movies and books, but there's many probably better books for movies, but I mean, I can't think of one right now. Just you know, as to sign off, that you were saying about asking the quality of the makeup and the looks. I mean, that was the first thing on our mind actually. The first thing I think I said to the directors, that if you're going to do this, you must do it right. And it's nice if people can be a little bit scared, and then if you can make them laugh. So, you know, it's also some visual effects that we've done on the eyes. I mean, there's opaque lenses, but
Okay.
there's also a little bit of computer graphics that make them a little more spooky. You know, because just this is not enough. But she kind of looks at you with white kind of eyes that are closing like a shutter. You might be out of here for sure.
Thank you.
Thank
And just before we wrap this conversation and the press conference, Seth, what made you make this movie?
I think I think as a production house also, we'd like to do slightly different stuff and something new. And I think there's an instinct that comes into it. I think as an actor and a producer, if what you think is funny, if you read a script and say, okay, you know, I think this line is really funny, and you notice that a lot of people around you don't think it's funny, but the audience does, then you're in the right profession. Because you can see what you feel is reflected by your audience, which is that's the quality that you need. That's how you select films that should be made and want to be made. So I think this is a wonderful experience to have worked on a film, to play a small part as an actor, but a larger part as a producer, and a producer just clearing the way so that these guys can make the film that they wanted to make. That was a great feeling in itself, and it still continues to be. I hope to carry on doing that in production, to you know, maybe do something a little more international. There is a globalization going on of cinema, and we'd like to keep up with it.
Thank you.